पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We can chant these two slokas together. Naham deho nendriyanyantarango nahankarah pranavargo na buddhihi dharapatya kshetra vittadi duraha sakshi nityah pratyagatma shivoham rajvajnanad bhati rajjo vyathahihi स्वात्मा ज्ञानादात्मनो जीवभावः आप्तोक्त्या हि भ्रान्तिनाशे सरज्जुः जीवो नाहं देशिकोक्त्या शिवोऽहम्. Before I enter into the text, one thing I would like to clarify. Yesterday I said that the people who have depression, they cannot benefit from Vedanta. It does not mean that Vedanta teacher will reject, discard that person. Core Vedanta will not help the person, but the peripheral topics, acceptance or this compassion to oneself, all those topics which are peripheral topics of Vedanta, they can help the person. Therefore in Vedanta, in Shastra, there is no rejection of anyone. So when I said so, some people may think, oh Swamiji, I am having some depression, or my brother or my sister has depression. So are they useless or can't Vedanta help? Yes, it will help in a different way. So in the vision of Shastra, everybody can move forward from where one is. Shastra is like mother. Mother cooks for every child. The child who requires high protein is going to gym, for that also mother cooks. And the child who has got some diarrhea, for that also mother cooks. Some kanji. So Shastra doesn't reject anyone. That part I wanted to tell, because my statement may give the idea of rejection. Shastra doesn't believe in rejection. Alright. Now, we were seeing the first sloka talked about Atma being different from Deha, Indriyani, Prana, Buddhi and Antaranga Ahankara. While yesterday I gave Anvaya, Antaranga word I had missed. Na aham Antaranga Ahankara. And I am very far off from Dara, Apatya, Kshetra, Vitta, etc. Very far off means the very basis for connection with the wife, children, etc. That connection itself is Anatma. What is the connection? Body. Based on the body, wife, etc. are connected to me. When body itself I am not, where is the question of Dara, Patya being myself? So by that, what is suggested is objectivity. Naham, Deha, etc. also finally results in objectivity. Objectivity means seeing them as they are. Body is a means. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Body is very important means for pursuing dharma. And dharma includes spiritual pursuit. So everything is important, but not everything. And that point is missed by people. And we become subjective. That subjectivity is reduced by this understanding in the form of viveka. So body is a sadhanam. So some Vedanti thinks that to take care of the body will increase the dehadhyasa, therefore don't take care of the body. That is not right approach. Because if you don't take care of the body, then body will drag more attention from you. Therefore you take care of the body so that you don't have to bother about the body. The shoe which fits well is forgotten. The shoe, if it fits well, you can forget about it. If it doesn't fit well, you will keep on remembering. It will remind you, I am here. Therefore, take care of everything, but not being subjective about the body, etc. Being subjective means judging myself based on the body. That is called being subjective. And regarding Dharapati also same thing. With reference to the relatives, wealth, etc., objectivity. Relationship is useful, but not everything. Wealth is useful, but not everything. That is suggested by this sentence. So Vedanti sometimes, they get little bit obsessed with some idea. And therefore what happens, they throw away things and afterward they go after it. As Swamiji said, if you have money, you have problem. If you don't have money, also your sense of limitation will not go away. So by throwing away money, you don't become free from sense of limitation. Earlier, you were having sense of limitation with money, now without money. That is the difference. Throwing away or possessing money doesn't solve your problem. That is the approach of Shastra. And I am Sakshi, Nityaha, Pratyagatma, Shivaha. We saw yesterday, I am the witness which is ever existent or timeless. Nityaha, good translation is timeless. Pratyagatma, the inner self, the real self, which is Shivaha, Ananda Swarupaha. And our acharyas, they say, even if you are not very well convinced of it, that I am Shivaha, still if you repeat I am Shivaha, it will help you. It becomes upasana. It is not nididhyasanam, it becomes upasana. Instead of saying I am idiot, good for nothing, it is better to say I am Shivaha. Which is Swamiji used to say, Vedanta tells you something which you would like to hear. It would pleasant to your ears. Because all people generally say what? You are good for nothing, you are useless, you are not, don't do anything. Whereas Vedanta is telling you are Shivaha. So we welcome it. Alright. Now the next shloka is focusing on one strong viparita bhavana, and that is aham jivaha. I am an individual. And here Shankaracharya ji is saying that jiva bhava, the sense of individuality, is a bhrantihi, is a superimposition. Like what? Like Rajju Sarpaha. As we saw, that Rajju Sarpa example keeps coming here, in the Ashtavakra Gita also it came. So generally we give two examples. One is Rajju Sarpa, other is Shuktika Rajata. What is the significance? Rajju Sarpa example shows the objects of your fear, hatred. The things from which you want to run away, that is Bhrantihi. What you want to run away from is Bhranti. That is by Rajju Sarpa example. Shuktika Rajat example, whatever you running after, that also is Bhranti. So you are running after because of Bhranti, and you are running away also because of Bhranti. To convey this idea, these two examples are given. There are other examples. Third example was given here today, if you remember, in the Ashtavakra Gita, that Surya Kare Vari, mirage water. Mirage water is an important example to convey one idea. What is that? Even after the truth is known, the false appearance may continue. Only your sense of reality is dismissed. To convey that idea, the third example is given. So every example has got some special message to convey. Alright. So here Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta is given. And yesterday at the end we were seeing the three things to be noted from this example. The first one is Sarpa Pratiti, the appearance of the snake is because of Rajju Ajnanam, ignorance of the root. ignorance of the rope is not there, Rajju Sarpa will not appear. So, Ajnanat Bhrantihi. Ajnanat Sarpa Pratitihi. Because of ignorance, there is appearance of the snake or snake-like things. Bhrantihi. And as Swamiji explained today, that Ajnanam has got two power. One is Avarana Shakti, other is Vikshepa Shakti. So, Ajnanam is veiling the rope. See, Avarana Shakti of Ajnanam is veiling the rope, and Vikshepa Shakti of the Ajnanam is projecting the snake. So, Avarana and Vikshepa Shakti of Ajnanam, otherwise called Avidya, is responsible for Sarpa Pratiti. So, the first point is, because of Rajju Ajnanam, if we generally put because of the Adhisthana Ajnanam, there is Sarpa Pratitihi Bhrantihi. Because of not knowing the Adhishthanam, there is appearance of the superimposed. And here another thing to be noted is, generally we translate the word avidya or ajnanam as ignorance, but it's not really a correct translation. Because ignorance generally conveys the idea of absence of knowledge. Ignore. It has got the idea of absence of knowledge. Whereas when we say, because of Rajju Ajnanam there is a Sarpaha, there this Ajnanam does not mean absence of knowledge. Because from absence nothing can come. Nothing can come from nothing. And therefore, when we say Ajnanam, what we mean is Avidya, which is endowed with twofold power. Therefore, Ajnanam we cannot correctly translate. Avidya we cannot accurately translate as ignorance. See how this not understanding the correct connotation can create misunderstanding. So you may think that how from the absence of knowledge the Sarpa can be projected. Not from absence. From Anirvachaniya Ajnanam Avidya, the Sarpa is created. So first point is, from Adhisthana Ajnanam Bhranti is created. Second point, yesterday I presented in a different order, now I will put in a particular order, so make it more clear. Second is, Bhranti, delusion, superimposed one, is negated by the statement of an informed person, Apta Purusha. So, Aptoktya Bhrantihi Nishidhyate, Nashyati. That is the second principle. How Bhranti is removed? By the statement of the informed person with a torch, as Swamiji explained today. Informed person with a torch, his statement and his throwing the light will remove the Bhranti. So, Aptoktya Bhranti Nashaha, that is the second thing. Third one is, when Bhranti, the delusion, is removed, negated, like Sarpa is a Bhranti. When Sarpa is removed, negated, then Adhishthanam is revealed as the very truth of that Sarpaha. Means, where you were seeing the snake, what you were seeing as the snake, that alone is understood as the rope. So the third point is, when there is negation of delusion, then the superimposed one is recognized as the Adhishthanam without any dent. Undented Adhishthanam is recognized in the place of the superimposed one. So what we are saying in the example, when Bhranti about this Sarpa is removed, then you discover this fact. What I was seeing as the snake is the rope. It is not the snake somewhere disappeared and now rope has come. What I was seeing as the snake is the rope. And that rope has no dent from the appearance of snake. For so many days I was seeing the snake, and therefore the rope has become little poisonous. There is no such thing. Undented rope is recognized in the place of the snake. In Adhyasa Bhashyam, very nicely, Adhyasa Bhashyam is a commentary, introductory commentary to Brahma Sutra Bhashya. It is called Adhyasa Bhashyam. There, Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Yatra yad adhyasaha tatkritena doshena gunena va anumatrena api sana sambhadyate. Means, whatever is superimposed that does not impact, affect the adhishthanam in any manner. The virtues of the superimposed will not go to adhishthanam. The vices or the defects of the superimposed also will not go to adhishthanam. Means, if you are seeing the silver, then seeing the silver will not make the shell little bit silvery. It will not increase its value. Oh, for so many days, people are seeing the silver in you, so you have got some silverness. That will not happen. So, adhishthanam na dushyati. Adhishthanam is never polluted by any type of superimposition. So, on the rope, somebody is superimposing the snake. The rope does not become poisonous. And somebody is superimposing mala, because he is waiting for mala. Nobody gives me mala. Swamiji only gets mala. When somebody will give me mala, see, he is waiting for mala. Mala, garland, not lady mala. So, somebody's name is Mala. We had a mala. So, you have this value for mala. Then you may see this mala there. So, mala superimposition, garland superimposition will not make the rope fragrant. As snake superimposition does not make the rope poisonous. And if you see this water, a streak of water, then the rope will not become wet. So that idea is conveyed here, that when Bhranti is removed, then Adhishthanam is understood to be undented by any superimposition. So these are the three ideas conveyed in this shloka. With this background, we'll see this shloka. Rajju agnanat bhati rajjau yatha ahihi. Here Anvaya is yatha rajvagnanat rajjau ahihi bhati. Tatha, we have to supply swatma gdanat atmanaha jiva bhavaha bhati. Full stop. So one sentence is over. Then punaha yatha aptoktya ahibhranti nashe sarajjuhu iti nishchiyate tatha deshikoktya aham jivaha na kintu aham shivaha asmi iti nishchiyate. So that is the Anvaya. Alright. So let us see the first part. Yatha, just as. Rajvagdanat. Rajvagdanat has got two parts. Rajju Agdanam. Ignorance is just a rough translation because of the avidya of Rajju. Avidya obtaining in Rajju. Avidya related to Rajju. Rope. Because of the rope ignorance. Rajjo, on the rope. Ahihi, snake. bhati, appears. Because of the ignorance or ajnanam of the rope, the snake appears on the rope. Ahihi. As Swamiji said, we have so many words for the snake. Ahihi means what? Ahanti iti ahihi. That which goes or that which kills is called ahihi. So, ahihi means the snake. That if it is a poisonous one, it can kill, therefore it is called ahihi. Alright. So, snake appears because of ignorance. That is a drashtanta. And now darshtanta. Okay, these two words, let me explain. Drashtanta means example. Darshtanta means the main subject matter for which the example is given. The main subject matter for which example is given, that is called darshtanta. For example, I will give example. So, Bhagavan removes the suffering of the devotees. This is a drashtanta. Just as Bhagavan removes the suffering of devotees. Similarly, Pujya Swamiji removes the suffering of his devotees. So, just as Bhagavan removes the suffering is called drashtanta, example. And Pujya Swamiji removes the suffering of his devotees is darshtanta. So, because this word, many people get confused. Drishtanta and darshtanta. Drishtanta means example, darshtanta means the main subject matter for which example is given. So, in the first sentence, example is given, drishtanta is given. Now, darshtanta. What is the darshtanta? So, we have to supply tatha, similarly. Atmanaha jiva bhavaha. There is sense of individuality. The status of individuality, the status of being the individual, jiva bhava, atmanaha, on the part of the self. Means there is sense of individuality. Atmanaha jiva bhava means there is a sense of individuality on the part of myself. Why is it there? Swatma jnanat. Because of the ignorance of oneself. Swatma means oneself. So, because of ignorance of oneself, swatma jnanat, jiva bhavaha, there is sense of individuality on the part of the self. Means what? I consider myself to be a jiva because of not knowing I am Satchidananda. That is a simple thing. I consider myself to be jiva because I do not know I am Sat, Chit, the self of all. I am not this individual obtaining in this body, subject to the sukha and dukkha. Jiva means this. I am an individual subject to pleasure and pain, subject to transmigration. They use the word. Transmigration means Janma Marana Chakra. Now I am in this body, afterwards I will go to another body. So that Jiva Bhava is there. I am going to another body. I am suffering. Swamiji, nobody knows my suffering. This is a Maya. Said, many people think that the suffering which they have, nobody has. Swamiji, mere jaisa dukhi koi nahi. Nobody is dukhi like me. So that is Jiva Bhava. And everybody thinks that other person is okay. So when you are student, you think, see how Guruji, how nice. See, he comes and just sits for 1 hour and gives talks and everything nice. First place, always everything first. Nice food. First they are served. Specially served. We have to go and stand in front of these people and get. Whereas they are served. Mala they give. dakshina they give, their clothes are washed. Nice. Swamiji, is there a diksha for guru? Shishya diksha I don't want, guru diksha is good. And Guruji, if he is immature, he may think, how Shishya nice, they don't have to prepare for the class. They keep the book here only and they come back. I am also doing the same thing, okay? But I have got one commentary there in my room, okay? So I see sometimes. Anyway, so we think, the Guru thinks the Shishya has got better place. Shishya thinks Guruji is better place. Like when we are children, we think that when I become father, when I become mother, that's why children play home. When he becomes father, somebody becomes mother. Why? Because they idealize it. They are not satisfied with this, I have to listen to my father, listen to my mother. I will become father. I will become mother. And parents are thinking how nice to be child. This is the play of Maya. You always think that grass is greener on the other side. This is Jiva Bhavaha. And why this Jiva Bhava is there? Swatma Jnanat. Because of this avidya, ignorance of my true nature. And here Swatma Jnanam should be understood as avidya, which has got two power. Avarana Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti. Because of Avaranam, my Satchidananda Swarupa is veiled as it were. And because of that, my Jiva Bhava is projected. Thus, Swatma Jnanat Atmano Jiva Bhava. So now if you see, you draw the parallel. So Jiva Bhava is like what? In the Drishtanta? Sarpaha. So all Jiva is like a Sarpa. Pujya Swamiji used to say this. Every Jiva is a ninja. Ninja, fighter. In Japan there is a fighter. Means all the time ready to fight. Some people know wherever they go. Even they sitting next time, don't sit like this, don't come like this, fighting. So, Sarpaha means that this always eager to bite. That is Sarpaha. So, Jiva Bhava is equal to Sarpa. And Rajju the Swatma Ajnanam is equal to Rajju Ajnanam. And Atma is equal to Rajju. Here, Drishtanta should be taken in limited sense. Otherwise, people say, Swamiji, in the Drishtanta, Rajju is inert. So, Atma or Brahman, on which all superimposition is done, Atma must be what? Inert. And there Sarpa is Chetana. So, Jagat must be Chetana, means very conscious. So, we should not take all the aspects of example. Many people are stuck with the example. Example, you have to take only intended part, not unintended part. Alright. So here it is said, just as because of the ignorance of the rope, there is appearance of the snake, similarly, because of the ignorance of my true nature, there is appearance of Jiva Bhavaha. From that, what do we understand? Jiva Bhava is mithya, is unreal, it is superimposed. It is not real. It is superimposed because of ignorance. So this is called Ajnana Dasha Varnanam, is a description of the state of ignorance or the state of Bhranti, delusion. In Drishtanta and Dashtanta, Ajnana Dasha is described. Now Jnana Dasha is talked about. What is that? Aptoktya ahibhranti nashe sarajjuhu. Aptoktya, by the statement of Apta. Aptoktya has got two parts, Apta and Ukti. Aptokti. Tritiya Vibhakti becomes Aptoktya. So by the Ukti, the statement of Apta Purusha. Apta Purusha means reliable, informed person. in Sanskrit there is one word, but to convey the idea we have to use two words. A reliable, informed person. Reliable person, if you say also, is enough, because he is reliable only when he is informed. So reliable also can convey. So reliable person. So by the statement of the reliable person, with the help of necessary tools like a flashlight, ahibhranti nashe, when there is negation of the delusion of the snake, ahibhranti nashe, when there is negation of the Bhranti, delusion of Ahi, the snake, then Saha Rajjuhu, that snake is recognized as Rajjuhu, as the rope. So Saha Sarpaha Rajjuhu iti Nishyate. So that snake is understood as the rope. By that, what we are saying? That it is not that the snake is somewhere and the rope is somewhere. What was misunderstood as the snake is now understood as the rope. So, ahibhranti nashe sarajjuhu. Here some technical point is involved. So, we had a discussion on this. General order is Ajnanam, ignorance, Bhrantihi means delusion, and Bhayadi, fear, etc. That is the order. Ignorance, delusion, fear, etc. And this is the state of ignorance. State of knowledge, what happens? The teaching by a reliable person, removal of ignorance, or teaching of the reliable person, knowledge of the adhishthanam, removal of ignorance, removal of bhranti, and bhayadi nivrutti, the removal of fear. That is the order. The teaching of a reliable person, aptopadeshaha, then knowledge of the adhishthanam, rajjugnanam, aptokti, then rajjugnanam, the knowledge of the rope. And when the knowledge of the rope comes, then ignorance of the rope goes away. So, aptopadeshaha, then rajjugnanam, then rajju agnana nivruttihi, the removal of the ignorance of the rope. And when rajju agnana nivrutti, the removal of the ignorance of the rope, then Bhranti nivrutti, sarpa bhranti nivrutti, the removal of the delusion. So, knowledge, removal of ignorance, and removal of delusion. And when there is a removal of delusion, then bhayadi nivrutti, removal of freedom from fear, etc. This is general order. But here, the order is slightly changed. At least in presentation, order seems to be different. Here, what is the order? Ahibhranti nashe sarajju. So, it looks like that when Bhranti goes, then the rope is recognized. It looks like that. So, here, we have to understand this sentence from the standpoint of the teaching. The order generally which I presented now is from the standpoint of the reference point of the student, I said. Here, ahibhranti nashe sarajjuhu, by that, a particular message is given. What is the message given? Without negating the superimposed, the adhishthanam cannot be completely or properly revealed. Without negating the superimposed, the adhishthanam cannot be completely, properly, effectively revealed. This idea is given in Upadesha Sahasri, 2nd chapter. There, very beautiful sentence is there. Purva buddhim abaditva nottara jayate matihi. The 2nd chapter, I think 3rd shloka is there. second chapter of Upadesha Sahasri, this idea is very beautifully conveyed, because I was struggling with this sentence, that the Upadesha Sahasri helped me. There it is said, Purva Buddhim Abaditva, without negating the earlier notion. Buddhi here means notion. Purva means earlier. Without negating the earlier notion, Uttara Matihi na jayate. The subsequent cognition is not born effectively. That is why when the teacher gives Upadesha, Apta Purusha gives the Upadesha, what is the sentence he uses? Nayam sarpaha kintu rajjuhu. Nayam sarpaha kintu sarajjuhu. So this is not a snake, but it is a rope. Why this language is used? That this is not a snake, this is a rope. What you are considering to be the snake is the rope. This is not a snake, really it is a rope. Why this type of mode, the method or the language is used? Because if it is simply said there is a rope, then person may think there is a snake sitting and beside, near the snake, some rope is sitting. And therefore, Bhranti Nisheda Purvaka Adhisthana Jnanam Pradiyate. So, it is, language is this, Nayam Sarpaha. This is not a snake. What you are considering to be the snake, that is really a rope. Then only this fellow will go near. Otherwise, he may think that a snake is sitting and nearby rope also is sitting. Rope will not do anything to me, but snake will do something to me. Therefore, the language of the Upadesha by Apta Purusha is Nayam Sarpaha. This is not a snake, it is a rope. And that idea is conveyed Ahibhranti Nashe. Here Nashe means Nishedhe. When the Nisheda, the negation of the delusion of the snake is done, then that is recognized. That which was considered to be the snake is recognized as Rajjuhu, as the rope. And by this particular presentation, one more message is conveyed. That even when there was superimposition of the snake, the rope has continued to be the rope. The undented rope continues to be there. I like Swami Sakshati's expression. Undented, No dent. The car, there is a dent, no? And people are so attached to the car, if dent happens on the car, they feel there is a dent on my heart, So here, the rope continues to be undented. That also is conveyed by this. Ahibhranti nashe saha sarpatvena pratiyavanaha rajjuhu iti nishyate. So that which was appearing as the snake is recognized as the rope. This is what drashtanta or dashtanta? This is drashtanta or dashtanta? Drashtanta or dashtanta? Dashtanta. Oh, acha. Yadi shrota na buddhyate tada vaktu eva jadyam. I did not explain properly. This is a drashtanta. We are saying now drashtanta, no? Example. Drashtanta. Perhaps you might have said drashtanta, I heard dashtanta. I give you benefit of doubt. Sometimes because of my hearing problem, I usually give benefit of doubt to people. Alright, this is a drashtanta, example. What is the example? When there is aptokti, the statement of a reliable person, there is negation of the superimposed snake, then that apparent snake is recognized as the rope in reality. This is drashtanta, example. Now what is dashtanta? That is given in the next sentence. General principle is that Drashtanta comes first, then Dashtanta comes, generally. Sometimes in Upadesh Sahasra it is opposite also, but here it is like that. First, even in the communication, we give Drashtanta first. Because Drashtanta is meant for creating sense of possibility for the main subject matter. Sambhavana buddhi nishpadanartham Drashtanta. Example is given for that. All right. Now, what is Dashtanta, the main subject matter? Jivo naham deshikoktya shivoham. Deshika. Deshika means the teacher. Dishati upadish shishyebhyah gnanam dishati iti deshikaha. This Chandrasekhar Bharti ji, who has written the commentary on this Viveka Chudamani, he gives this. Generally, deshika in grammar there is a different meaning. Deshe prasitaha deshikaha is a tadditanta. But he gives different. Deshikaha means one who gives knowledge. Shishyebhyah gnanam dishati yachati iti deshikaha. So one who gives the knowledge to the shishya is called deshika, the teacher. Acharya, guru. For guru also so many words are there. Guru, acharya, deshika, dana, data, etc. So deshikoktya means by the statement of the teacher. And by the statement of the teacher means what? By the statement of Vedanta spoken by, presented by the teacher. Just as in the Drashtanta, the Apta Purusha requires a torch. Similarly, here Guru also has the torch of Vedanta. So, Deshikoktya means the sentence of Vedanta delivered by, handled by, presented by the teacher. So, by the statement of Vedanta coming from the teacher, Jivo Naham, I am not the Jivaha. Like Sarpaha Nayam, Nayam Sarpaha. Similarly, I am not Jivaha. Because Jiva is a Bhranti. So, that Bhranti goes away in the light of the knowledge given by the teacher. Then who am I? Shivoham, I am Shivaha. I am not Jivaha, I am Shivaha. I thought myself to be Jiva because of the identification with the body, mind, sense complex. And that identification was there because of the avidya, avarana shakti and vikshepa shakti. Now that avarana vikshepa is gone and I recognize this naham jivaha. I am not jivaha. Means what? I am not a karta, I am not a bhokta, I am not jataha. Afterwards it will come. I am not born, I am not going to die. If somebody tells you did well, ahankara did it. Afterwards it is going to come. I am not the karta. I am not the individual. People are so particular about their name also. So my name should come first. And if somebody, suppose there is a name written, your name is Devadatta. And on Devadatta, this paper Devadatta is written and somebody steps on that. You feel little bit of my name, And sometimes, we have got false satisfaction. There is some big mall or something. It is on my name. So I feel good. My name shop is there. This is Jiva Bhavaha. We are so much identified with this, our name which is given to this individual. So, when I understand the truth with the help of the Vedanta operated by the teacher, Jivo Naham. I am not Jivaha. Who am I? Aham Shivaha. Shivaha means what? Purnaha. I am fullness. Other day I was telling somebody that the whole spiritual pursuit is I am fool to I am full. Isn't it? I am fool, ignorant, to I am full. So, Shivaha means what? I am full. But pronounce properly. Otherwise, I am fool. Then people say, yeah, you need not say. So, Shivaha, I am fullness. I am Purnaha. Here, one thing to be noted, useful to understand is, To negate jiva bhavaha, that I am not a jiva, one requires lot of vairagyam. Vairagyam for fame, vairagyam for bhoga. If I have obsession for bhoga, I cannot deny or dismiss the bhoktrutva which belongs to jiva. If I have so much value for fame, that fame belongs to what? Jiva. So my obsession for fame will not allow me to assimilate this fact, naham jivaha. That is why in Shastra, for Atma Jnanam, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is prescribed. We may wonder sometimes, Swamiji, why so much fuss about this? You should have vairagyam, you should have shama, dhamma, etc. Swamiji, when I went to college, they did not ask. Did anybody ask in the college, do you have shama, do you have dhamma? Did anybody ask? No. Our teacher also did not have. The teacher also in staff room, they may be smoking. So, how can they ask us for shama, dhamma? But here, why are we particular? Remember, this knowledge is not like the knowledge of physics, chemistry, etc. This knowledge is about me. And I can assimilate this knowledge only when I have vairagyam for certain things. If I am too attached to my son or daughter, I cannot appreciate I am not the body. Because attachment of the son is based on the body. And therefore what will happen? My obsession with my son will not allow me to assimilate this fact. I am different from the body. Similarly, I have so much value for getting name and fame, doing this or doing that. Swamiji, I want to be known when I leave this world, I should be known as a great achiever, great accomplisher. If that is there, then aham jivaha na cannot be established. I did something, I cooked, and somebody served, and that person who was serving got all compliments. Ah, very good, very nice, etc. I am inside the kitchen, so I am fuming. I feel like coming out and tell, I have done. If that is there, then naham jivaha cannot be assimilated. You can by heart this shloka. By hearting the shloka is not difficult. But to receive the benefit of this understanding, you need to assimilate it. To assimilate, you require this background. When you do not have any obsession for any bhoga, any name, any credit, not even this craving to be known as a wise person. Swamiji, when people will start calling me as a wise person? I am studying Vedanta for 20 years, Swamiji, but nobody has come and told that you are a wise person, my namaskara to you or something. You are really a wise person. Directly or indirectly, nobody told me. So there is some unknowingly, there is a value for it. When somebody will recognize me as a wise person, that also is a block. Or I want to be known as a great Vedanta teacher. My name should be there on website, Vedanta teacher with Google, then my name should come first. There are some people who can do that for you. We keep receiving, our ashram keep receiving the emails. They say, you please take our software or something, then your name will come first. We always block that. There is a provision, unsubscribe or something, I do that. We don't want that. He said, you will have more hits on your website. Hey, what shall we do? Already hit. So, so why I want to emphasize this point, naham jivaha can be assimilated well when there is no raga for something. And when you assimilate this naham jivaha, you know what is the benefit? You do not have any sense of guilt. I am not jivaha. Means I am not karta, I am not bhokta, I am not pramata. In jiva, all three are included. I am not the doer, I am not the experiencer, I am not the knower. Therefore, guilt will not bother you. Kimaham sadhuna karvam etagum hvavana tapati. People keep on having this guilt. Swamiji, I did not take care of my parents, or I did not bring up my child. Many parents have this guilt, especially when child, the son or daughter marries in other community. Swamiji, I don't know whether I did not give proper samskara. I was taking him to Bal Vihar and all this, but still this happened. So many parents have got this guilt. Swamiji, whether we brought up children properly. Remember, I tell them one thing. See, it is something like this. You can give good manure, good watering, but the seed has got its own quality. You cannot change completely the quality of the seed. This, if it's chili, it is that chili plant, it will be chili only. You cannot expect mango from that. So you try your best so that chili comes out as chili well. That much you can do. But you cannot change basic samskaras. So all this guilt will go away when you see this, I am not jivaha. Somebody ignores you. That it is another issue. Swamiji ignores me. Then you do not have any what is called feeling bad about it. Why? Because I am not jivaha. Whom he is ignoring? Jiva is ignoring. This individual is ignoring. I am not that. In fact, I am there in the form of this body, mind, sense complex. I am there in that body, mind, sense complex. One who is ignoring and one is ignored. Both of them are my manifestation alone. You imagine? Just to imagine what will be the freedom the wise person has. Pujya Swamiji, when he was told in Gujarat when he went, that he gave the workshop to the teachers in English. And some Gujaratis have got problem. They don't know English, and somebody speaks in English they don't like. So they say, why did you give talks in English in Gujarat? They insult. And Swamiji did not show any reaction. He said, yes, I understand. But what to do? I don't know Gujarati. Next time we will send somebody who knows Gujarati. That is healthy reaction. Healthy response, not reaction, healthy response. You don't identify with this individuality. Otherwise you feel that I was ignored, I was disrespected, etc. So naham jivaha, that assimilation makes you free from that. You do not have any craving for being recognized as this or that, not even as a wise person. That is the message given in this shloka. So the essence of this shloka is, because of the ignorance of the true nature, there is sense of individuality. And by the teaching of the scripture and the teacher, I become free from the sense of individuality and I discover I am fullness, anandaha. Now, the next shloka, we will take the fourth shloka, even though the third shloka should come. But these three shlokas, 1, 2, 4, are following a particular subject matter. What is the subject matter? It is regarding the pratyagatma, I. This third and fifth shloka are regarding tat padartha. 1, 2, 4 are regarding tvam padartha, jivaha. Therefore, we will take the fourth one first. Nahan jato na pravruddho na nashto dehasyokta prakruta sarva dharmaha कर्तृत्वादिश्चिन्मयस्यास्ति नाहम् कारस्यैव ह्यात्मनो मे शिवोऽहम्. Please chant. Na aham jataha. I am just breaking the sandhi. Na aham jataha, na pravruddhaha, na nashtaha. Dehasya uktaha prakrutaha sarvadharmaha. Kartrutvadihi chinmayasya asti. Na ahankarasya. Aham and karasya should be combined. Na ahankarasya eva hi atmanaha me shivaha aham. So earlier in the first shloka it was said naham deho nendriyanyantarangaha. So there one type of superimposition was negated. Here another type of superimposition is negated. So there are two types of superimposition. Superimposition in Sanskrit it is called adhyasaha, not abhyasa. Okay, abhyasa is different, adhyasa is different. Don't say Swamiji every day I am doing adhyasa, adhyasa, adhyasa. Not adhyasa. Abhyasa means practice. Repeated practice is called abhyasa and superimposition is called adhyasa. People get they confused about this. Really every day Swamiji morning I do adhyasa. You need not do, it is already there. Alright. So two types of superimpositions are there on Atma, the self. One is called dharmi adhyasaha. Dharmi adhyasaha. The superimposition of the entity. Mistaking one entity for the other. That is called dharmi adhyasa. The second is called dharmadhyasaha. The superimposition of the attributes. So that is called dharmadhyasaha. In the first shloka, dharmi adhyasa was negated. Naham deha. Deha is a dharmi, entity. Na indriyani, entity. Na ahankara, the entity. That's why ahankara I took as an antakarana. Because we are in the dharmi adhyasa flow there. And here, dharmadhyasa are negated. Dharmadhyasa means the superimposition of attributes is negated. More details we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo